got an urge to stick my hand down that hole. Do you think there's anything under there? There is stuff down here.
Really? What? It's a candle!
No.
No.
Way.
All haunted places have a story to tell. It can be tragic, it can be scary, and it can be very dangerous. This is Colin Browen, and these are the Paranormal Files.
Hello, my name's Adrian Lee. I'm a paranormal investigator. I founded the International Paranormal Society, and I've investigated ghosts, hauntings, the mysterious and the bizarre all over the world for the last 25 years. I'm an author and TV host. We're here today to investigate the jail cell behind me. We're in Redwood Falls right now, a town that was founded in the 1860s here in southwest Minnesota. And in this jail cell behind me, there was a prisoner that was held here in the 1890s. His name was William Rose, and he was hanged for a crime we believe he didn't commit. He was actually executed by hanging, and the rope snapped, and they had to hang him twice. He actually spent his last night before execution in this very jail cell. So we're going to go in here tonight, we're going to investigate, we're going to see if William Rose wants to come through and protest he's innocent, and we'll see what else comes along on the equipment. So let's follow me inside. This jail cell was built in the 1860s, and this jailer's section was added in 1881. As you can see, it's a wooden construction. It wouldn't have had windows back in the day, a little bit like a cooler. If we go through here, you see the iron door to stop the prisoners escaping. There's definitely a real energy in here. It's very cold, feels very heavy with paranormal energy. And just imagine sitting, writing your final letter to your family, knowing that in a few hours' time, you're going to be executed and hanged by the neck until dead. We have a bed, we have some very basic furniture. None of this is original to the original jail cell, of course, but just imagine like a sponge, all that energy soaking into the walls of this jail cell. And if you imagine William Rose sitting at that table, writing his letters, in his final hours, he was with the pastor, he was praying, he was playing cards. So I think we're going to get some really interesting evidence tonight. We're going to run a ghost box. In previous investigations I've done in this building, we found some amazing SLS footage. We've had actors in here doing reenactments of William Rose praying on the bed, and then the SLS camera actually had spirits copying what our actor was doing and praying on this very bed. Also holding the bars behind me as well. We'll get some really good ghost box activity. I think we'll have a lot of names come through. I do think William Rose will come through and speak to us today. And we tend to get spikes in here of energy. So that energy I'm feeling soaked into the walls, we can actually measure as empirical evidence, and we can show you that with our K2 and Mel meters as we go. Back in the 1880s, there was a feud between neighbours. So imagine in Gales Township, just down the road, there was an argument about a cow escaping. There was an argument between neighbours on 2 farms. One of the farmers, William Rose, had a little bit of a thing for the daughter of Eli Slover, but that was banned. So imagine a Romeo and Juliet kind of story. Now Eli Slover was on his farm, he was with his family, and suddenly a shot rang out. It broke the window pane. Eli was shot through the chest as he was sat by the window. He slumped over onto the floor, surrounded by his family, and his dying words were, "I'm deader than the hay. I've been shot dead." They looked out of the window, and in the distance they saw a shadow figure running away into the corn. They knew that William Rose had had arguments with the Slover family, so they asked William Rose where he was, and he was arrested and charged with the murder of Eli Slover. There was no real evidence. It was very circumstantial. This went to a court of law, and William Rose was proven to be innocent. They then took it to a second court of law on an appeal, and he was also proved to be innocent. 3 years later, after the murder, in the final court, Eli Slover's family stood up and said, "We saw William Rose running from the scene." They couldn't say that on the first 2 occasions, and now all of a sudden they said they'd seen him. On this evidence alone, he was hanged. They took him to the town square, they erected the scaffolding, they put the sack over his head and adjusted the noose. He said in his dying words just before he was hanged that one day I will be proven right, I will be proven innocent, that I did not kill Eli Slover. Ultimately, he was hanged, the rope snapped, he fell to the floor, they gathered him up, they had to hang him twice. He was the man that they hanged twice. Perhaps tonight when we're doing our investigation, he may come through and tell us he's innocent from beyond the grave and from the lips of the dead.
Okay everybody, what's up? It's Colin here. We are back with another full-length investigation. The location that we're at right now is in a small town in Minnesota, Redwood Falls, and it's both a museum, a jailhouse or a jail cell, a holding cell, and also a schoolhouse. There's a lot of history here. The museum actually used to be a poor farm. If you want to come over here, we're standing outside. It's I think 38 degrees right now. It's really cold. We were just at the Villisca Axe Murder House a week ago tomorrow. Right here behind me, this is the old poor farm. There was a suicide in there. There's a lot of different items that are in the museum that have histories of their own, including an axe that actually killed people. Well, the axe didn't kill people, but somebody used the axe to kill their entire family. Tonight, we're gonna focus on, you wanna walk with me over here? The old schoolhouse where a lot of people have reported paranormal activity, from capturing children on an SLS camera to spirit box responses and other physical phenomenon. Over here is another part of this museum that we have access to. This is the jail, the Redwood County Jail, the old one obviously. And it's got some pretty twisted history, but thank you guys for watching. This is going to be a super intense series. We've got other historical spots that we're visiting, and we're going to really tell the stories of these buildings and these objects. This is going to be a historical investigation with a lot of really crazy stories, honestly. But I'm joined tonight by, you guys know him as Papa Spooks.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing tonight, my man?
Cold, but excited. This place is really cool. Got to be here to feel the energy. You can feel it. And I'm ready to go. And over here we've got Mr. Adrian Lee.
Hello, yes, I'm looking forward to tonight. This is a part of the world I've investigated quite a lot over the years, and I guarantee there'll be paranormal activity. Should be a very exciting evening, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but
let's do it.
You ready to go, brother?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. I think we're gonna start out with the jail first, so we're just gonna hop right in.
Okay. Side.
Jail cell is synonymous with a lot of poltergeist activity. There's a lot of physicality, lots of objects flying around. I've just positioned a trigger object on the door handle, so if a spirit tries to come through the door, we'll capture that and it'll bounce around. Hopefully it won't make us jump, but there'll be some evidence there that there's poltergeist activity.
Okay, so we're here in the jail. Jeff's gonna film for now. We've got an SLS set up. Adrian's got a K2 meter over there. And we're just gonna sit and listen for the first however many minutes that we're here. If we can get any knocking responses or any physical activity before we move on to using devices. But I'll let you sit down. And I'm actually gonna let you start this off because he's been here multiple times and interacted with the spirits, or spirit. So I'll let you kind of introduce us and get this going.
Sure. We're here today to talk to you. We're here to get a dialogue, to have a conversation with you. We're not here to take you away. We're not here to disturb you. We're not here to cause you any issue. You probably know who I am by now. I'm Adrian, the historian. I've investigated this property many times. You know that I'm not here to cause you any issue. I've got some friends with me today that have very kindly invited me along. So if you'd like to introduce yourselves and just say where you're from and who you are.
My name's Colin. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, but I live in Texas now.
My name's Jeff. I'm from Sioux Falls as well, Colin's dad.
And Jeff's behind the camera, of course, very good looking guy, but he's just hiding in the dark over there.
Hello.
We're just going to start out.
Thank you, by the way.
That's very kind of you. It is dark in here, though, to be fair. I can't really see.
And I've been dissing them all night. So.
But we're going to start out just by asking the spirit to make some banging noises. We're surrounded in a wooden box here. It's 12 foot by 8 foot. We're here. We'll hear everything that's going on. So we're just going to quieten down. We're just going to see initially if there's any spirit activity, if we ask for some poltergeist activity, if we ask for some knocking. If you're here with me tonight in the jail cell, if you could bang on the window, bang on the wood, we'll hear you. So if you could hear my voice and you'd like to interact with me, could you make a noise now, please?
It is so quiet in here.
Yeah.
That is what I was thinking, yeah.
It's like just dead silence. And not even like wind. No
Did that
creaking.
come back on?
We'll see in a second.
Yeah.
The battery pack's not glowing though. Is it supposed to?
Yeah. Don't you see lights on the top?
Nope.
Really? Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah,
there you go. There, now it's
What
on.
the hell? Well,
Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes we have those weird battery issues.
You do get a lot of power drops.
You know,
of
just,
course you
yeah,
do.
of course,
That
yeah.
was weird.
This is very odd that this is actually freezing up on us.
What the hell is going on with this thing? And this is freezing up?
This is off again.
What the fuck?
Okay.
So this is tweaking out, and the REM pod is tweaking out. And this is a new battery too that we just put in.
Okay, this is fully charged. William, if you're here. And again, I don't know what's happening. That's not happened. It's on.
So what's going on?
Look at the power.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it freezes the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Then as you turn it off and turn it back on, back where it was, you have power again. Okay, let's try to capture something here while we've got it. Again, William Rose, if you're here, we're trying to just communicate with you. We had this going the whole time at listening.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel as if stuff's arrived. If you want my psychic 2 cents.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like we've got a
Something's-
lot of people in here right now.
Something's really wacky. The computer went off.
What are you feeling, Adrian?
Just a heaviness. There's a sense of sorrow, a sense of sadness, and that could come from any of the people that have spent time in this jail cell over the last 130 years. but it just arrived in a wave. We've got a lot of equipment going wrong. There's a lot of electrical circuits that are starting to mess up, battery power drains, very familiar things. I'm happy for a spirit to drain the power in a device if it means they can manifest and interact with us, so I'd be happy for that to happen, but it's empirical evidence that stuff isn't right and it's starting to affect what we're doing here. But as a psychic, it suddenly feels a lot colder. It feels as if there's more energy in the room. It feels as if things are arriving, and psychically I'm feeling like spirits want to talk through me. I'm feeling like I need to clear my throat, and they actually want to use me to communicate. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens over the next couple of minutes and see how that progresses.
Yeah, this is completely malfunctioning here. It's frozen. This battery has just been drained.
The REM pod was just tweaking out, but then all of a sudden, when Adrian started to feel like something came in and the
SLS.
the SLS isn't working, the REM pod is silent. It's almost as if something came in through the door and is in here now.
Yes. I don't know if we had a temperature baseline reading to start with, but I would suggest, and again it's night time, you're going to get cooler buildings as the evening progresses, but now it feels bitterly cold. There was a definitely marked difference in temperature from when we first started just 10 minutes ago to the point we're at now, almost a 5-10 degree drop in temperature, very chilly. I wouldn't be surprised at some point if you couldn't see my breath, and it certainly wasn't in that place when we started.
Yeah, so if there's anybody in this building somewhere attached to the land, you can use my energy. You can use the energy from the devices, the batteries that we brought with, if you know what those are. You can draw from anything you can in this area because we really want to see you manifest or hear you manifest. We just want to talk to you. Could you do something like that again if that was you?
I can actually hear breathing.
There's
someone breathing in my ear, so I don't know if you heard that as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which just doesn't happen very often. That's a rare occurrence. It's not something I've experienced too often in my career. Jeff, at the same time we looked at each other, I can hear breathing in my ear, and it's given me goosebumps. You know, sat in the dark in a jail cell, perhaps the last thing you want is someone breathing in your ear, but for Jeff to have that experience at the same time as me corroborates that evidence. But that was very, very strange.
Yeah, I had that in my left ear.
Really?
And for me it was like like someone.
Also, I'm just going to turn this light off and see if that helps stir any activity. We're going to go IR, if that's okay with you guys.
Let's get down to business. Yeah, William Rose, we came here to visit with you, and your girlfriend Grace.
Adrian, can you explain who Grace was? How she died?
Sure. William Rose wanted to have a love affair with Grace, and he was banned from doing that. They didn't think this was a good idea because there was a feud going on between the two families. So think of the Romeo and Juliet scenario. William Rose was hanged. Grace was so distraught that she actually got herself a straight razor and she slit her throat from ear to ear with a straight razor and actually committed suicide. So very similar to the Romeo and Juliet story, and a tragedy with a hanging of a man who didn't do the crime, and then the girlfriend who wasn't allowed to see him then slitting her own throat with a straight razor. I wonder if they're together now in spirit.
Bill? Or Billy? If you're here, can you do something for us? Like maybe once again knock like you may have before, or even open the...
Yeah, there was definitely a noise coming from back here.
Thank you. Did you just walk into the room? I feel kind of cold.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
I was feeling some energy stuff.
I feel like cold.
Billy, is that you? Keep lighting that up, please.
He's actually psychically asking me questions as well. As bizarre as this may sound, as soon as that REM pod went off, he asked me if I had a candle of all things. So I don't know whether he wanted to read the Bible or play cards or do some writing. But at the beginning of that, psychically, and that's the first message I've really got psychically, he asked me for a candle of all things.
Do you have a candle?
I as strange as it may be, I don't have a candle on me today.
Damn it.
Oh, he's definitely...
We could bring one back tomorrow.
Yeah, we should.
Look at this. I think he likes that idea.
Yeah, again, I'm only going to tell you the stuff he's giving me. I wonder if we set a candle up and lit it, you'd see the flame going backwards and forwards.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Do you like the idea of a candle? Could you keep doing what you're doing if you want us to bring a candle in?
Can I just say as well, I'm now getting cigarette smoke, so I don't know if you can smell that.
I
And I'm getting
literally was
pipes.
just thinking that
Right,
exact
so
same
we've now
thing.
got a presence join us in the room that either smells of pipe tobacco or cigarette tobacco. Can you smell that?
Yep.
It's weird that he'd say that.
Right.
If you are here in the room with us, which you seem to be, could you move something in here or knock on something? Maybe open the door?
I've got a lot of pressure in my head.
Yeah, I do too. Just all of a sudden in my sinuses.
Like,
Mine's right here.
That happens when the air pressure changes because the capillaries in your brain expand. So what you're experiencing there is a really high change in air pressure. If we had one of those air pressure meters, it would
like a barometer?
Yeah, or an ED. Is it the EDI meter? There's a big
EDI.
change. There's a big change in air pressure right now. Is what you're picking up.
I feel like a lot of stress. Billy, I kind of feel like I'm feeling him in here, you know, as far as being sick, like dread. Can you give us another different sign other than the light? A knock or some more breaths? Anything?
Also, I feel like it just got so much colder.
Oh, I got cold again too.
Like my toes are freezing now.
And I definitely think that's pipe tobacco now. Having thought about that, I can smell it again.
Yeah, I just feel like myself really ill.
When that light lights up on that door, it looks like a haunted house attraction or something.
Like an electric chair.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, like that was silent, you know?
Look at that thing just stopped too.
I can still smell smoke though.
That's crazy. That's a lot of pipe smoke. You can taste it in your mouth. It's here.
I can smell it on my fingers.
Yeah.
You know what? It's like almost like I was holding a cigarette or a cigar. Smoke gets me really. I lose my breath, and that's the feeling I've got. Like someone smoking a cigarette, and I get that whiff. Is that you, Billy, smoking? Did you smoke, Billy? Did they let you smoke in here? If we brought a candle back tomorrow, would that make you happy? Could you bring Grace with you?
The coldness that's just come through this room on the back of that statement, you know, it is measurable.
It did get really cold.
It is colder.
Oh.
There's still a lot of heaviness in here, though.
He's aware in the past of how we've spoken on the ghost box. He's almost telling me that he wants to talk, but we need the device to do it. So
Okay.
I would recommend you run a ghost box, and I suspect he'll tell you his name and who he is, because he's aware, even though he died in the 1890s, he's fully aware of the equipment we're using.
You all right?
Huh?
Did you hear that little creak and knock right away?
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. My name's Colin once again. I just want to ask you before we start this, do you prefer William or Bill?
Do you mind if I do my ghost box?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah,
100%.
I just think,
Yeah.
again, I don't want to take over.
No.
You've been here, so you might elicit more for us,
Could
right?
you shine a light on me, please?
Okay, so Adrian is going to do a spirit box. This is his device that he brought. Have you had it here in this building before?
Yeah, this is a device I've used many times in this jail cell, and I've got really good responses. So you stick with the equipment that works, and I have had conversations in the past with him, so I am hopeful that he's going to come through and give me some responses. The only thing I'm going to add is not more than 50 yards from here is the biggest radio aerial you have ever seen. It's 200 foot high, and they play country and western music, so during the scanning we're going to have a lot of bleed through of country music, but if we can look for the gaps in between, I'm sure we'll get some good responses. William, can you tell me, do you prefer to be called William or Bill? Could you shout that out first, please?
And we finally uncovered the truth. It was actually...
And that would be the country and western station. I just thought that said Adrian, so I'm going to ask, do you remember me being here, yes or no? Well, somebody said no, so we may be getting a new spirit come through that I've not engaged with before. Could you tell me what your name is, please, nice and loudly?
No, did that say Billy?
Yeah.
That just said Billy.
So again, we did ask.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Billy, do you remember talking to me here in the past, yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
So he remembers talking to me. And again, the dangers of doing a paranormal investigation next to a country and western station. We'll find out at some point during tonight that his wife has left him, his dog's died, and his car's broken.
Billy, do you like Jason Aldean?
William, Billy, can you shout out yes or no, is Grace with you in spirit? I now want Grace to come through. I'd like to reaffirm that by getting a female voice. Billy, she actually shouted out his name. So that's her pet name for him. You've got a female calling her boyfriend Billy by his pet name.
I gotta add too, I am so cold over here.
Maybe
Like, really cold.
Maybe you want to come and try a new position.
No, I'm saying it just got
I know.
cold.
I know.
I keep feeling like there's something over here. Like, you probably can't hear it because of the device, but I keep hearing little kind of like things like that coming from this room.
I almost wonder if the jailer in spirit is here as well and doesn't like us interacting, because if you think about a job like a soldier, a police officer, a jailer, it's their job and their raison d'etre to stay there and to stop the prisoner escaping and to make sure no one comes in and out. So if you have a duty to a job, you tend to find that lots of forts, for example, still have soldiers in spirit on duty because they want to do that job. And wouldn't that be the same for the jailer, perhaps, who's back there, maybe a little bit unhappy that we're in the jail cell talking to a prisoner that's about to be hanged in the morning? So we may account for some of the movements, some of the noise back there due to those interactions of the spirits. William, could you shout out the name of the person you think murdered Moses Lufkin? That actually shouted out Jeff, so I'd be interested to know if there's a spirit with us that Jeff has brought with him.
That was the front door.
There's a lot going on out there.
Yeah. Did you hear that though?
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering, is there a time when we want to try to go out there a little bit?
Yeah, the front door literally just takes away to the camera and we cut. And the front door, I think it was like, what was it? This way?
It was just a creak.
It was like this. It was something like that. So that's
I thought that might happen, which is why I put the trigger object
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the doorknob, because I've had stuff like this happen before.
And then you should put that back on the door. I think you should. Is that a spirit box that you were going to use?
Sure.
Do you want to try it?
I've got an urge to stick my hand down that hole.
Yikes.
Do you think there's anything under there?
If you want to.
I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And if anything suddenly grabs hold of my hand,
Yeah, if there's
I'm
a-
going to need some help. And there's spiders, and I
Yeah.
don't like spiders. There is stuff down here.
Really? What? It's a candle.
No.
No.
Freaking way. No.
Are you kidding?
Part of a book.
What?
I don't want to go too far because it is nasty under here. I mean, you're a young lad. You can roll your
Yeah.
sleeves up.
Oh
I'm
my
old.
God.
I shouldn't be doing this.
Jesus.
Does anybody? Do we have a lighter?
Oh my God, we need a lighter now.
By the way,
Yes.
what are the chances?
Of a candle.
What?
We gotta find a lighter.
I've got one in the car. I have a lighter in the car.
Do you have a lighter?
Yeah, I can get one.
What
Let me
is that
turn this
paper?
off.
What is it?
What would this be from?
There might be a note someone's hidden.
Oh, this thing is like crusted with dirt. It's been burned already. You see
Let
that?
me see.
Look at it. It's already been burned. Do you think there's anything else under there?
I wasn't going to go too far, but you can roll your sleeves up and get stuck in. Would you like me to go and get a lighter?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I
100%.
don't- Yeah.
Well, at least it shows psychically I know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What in the hell?
Okay. You want to give me a light over here? Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna stick my hand in this creepy hole.
What the hell?
What the?
I don't know if I'd go too far in there, man.
What's under there?
I don't know. Oh,
Jesus.
God, I don't think it's worth it.
Oh God.
But what in the hell? What in the hell? The candle?
Paper too, and this thing's been burned
hold,
already.
Hold that.
That's
You know what I
trippy
mean?
too, because I literally didn't even notice that whole was there in the first place.
You know, look at there's like some writing on
That's
there.
what I thought.
Did you find anything else?
No, but it is very creepy.
Yes,
I'm
no,
telling
you don't.
Isn't that a piece of wallpaper? Or,
Yeah, it is wallpaper.
doesn't it?
Yes,
Look
wallpaper.
at the back. Where would that come from?
Jeff, I feel like since he and I both put our hands in, you should stick.
No,
yours in.
I'm good.
Come on,
No,
you
no,
know
no.
that would be
No,
such
no,
a good
no,
shot.
No.
Okay, everybody, Jeff's gonna wimp out in front of everybody
Okay,
online.
the oldest guy in the room, right?
Okay, let's see.
You young punks.
Come on, dig something out. Go fishing. Wait,
Adrian, why did you
wait.
start this?
Wait, look at me right now and say,
What?
my name's Jeff Brown, and this is the Haunted House Hand Dive. It's like Jackass.
My name is Jeff Brown, and then it.
I'm hoping you're going to find a mouse trap.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. My name is Jeff Brown, and this is the haunted. What is this thing called? My name is Jeff Brown. This is the Haunted House Dive.
Sure.
Whatever it was. I don't know if this is a good idea.
That's a horrible idea.
Jesus, what in the? What is this? Oh, look at this.
Oh. There's paper on it, though.
You know what? I just don't want to dig in here. I mean,
Oh, what is
here's
that,
a
though?
nail.
Oh.
Okay, should we just let's leave this?
Keep
You
it
know,
out.
I really, yeah. I
Let
don't.
me
I
just
don't
look
want
at it. Because look at, here's more of the paper. And nails. Look at, there's multiple nails under
Nails.
here.
What is this hole? I wonder.
It's like a countertop.
Yeah, it's some kind of material.
Here's what we found under there, I guess. Here's some wallpaper, it looks like. A candle, which is unbelievably bizarre. And 2 nails.
I can light the candle.
let's
if you
do it.
want me
Let's
to.
do it.
Yes.
Is that the place we want to set it up, or do we want it over here? Where would you prefer? Over there, I guess. Next to the next
Yeah,
to the bed.
yeah. I'm actually just going to set all these devices up over
Yeah,
here.
put my
Why not?
main 2 up there as well.
At the beginning of the investigation, Adrian felt like got the word candle. This was like an hour ago. And randomly decided to look in this, I don't know if you can see this. It's a hole. It kind of looks like wood. Let me get a closer shot to show you guys. There's a creepy little hole. It looks almost like storage. And the man reached down in like a crazed lunatic.
Well, us British are very extravagant.
And he literally found some wallpaper and a candle. I'm gonna have Adrian light the candle, and then I'm gonna go lights out on the.
Should we sing Happy Birthday first?
Yeah. I'm gonna have Adrian light the candle, and then I'm gonna go lights out on the.
Should we sing Happy Birthday first?
Yeah.
Okay. That candle may not have been lit for 130 years. We've no idea how long it's been down there for. And he was asking for a candle, but we've just created our own trigger object. So the best thing to do now is to sit and watch the candle and ask if the spirit is going to interact perhaps with the flame. It's very kind of Victorian seance, and there's a full moon tonight.
Ooh.
There's an owl tweeting and hooting in the background. So this is the place.
Did you just hear that?
Yeah.
That was an owl?
That was an owl,
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. It's very Edgar Allan Poe at the moment.
Yeah.
So
An owl.
we'll go with this and we'll see what happens.
If this is Billy in here with us.
See, there's not a breath of wind in here.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. There's a...
Who's that coyote?
Is that a coyote?
Yeah.
Here right now, the coyotes just start to howl right as we light this candle.
And then I think ask questions and see. It's like a Victorian seance now, right?
We did that, yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, Billy, we've got this candle burning now for you. We found a candle. I think it was there by you, probably. Can you make the candle, the flame, flicker?
I know there's a crowd of people standing behind you. There's about 7 or 8 people that are really interested in what we're doing right now. So we do have a crowd of people. To be fair, this is very exciting and very interesting. So we do have some spectators. This is something that they're finding very entertaining.
Can you touch the flame or blow on it? Maybe put the candle out? It's pretty bright.
It seems like it wants to flicker.
It's definitely like moving more. They literally had to take the boards off this place to let us in tonight. Off the front door. You haven't been here in how long?
Yeah, the building's been winterized. It's Minnesota. So from about September onwards, and bearing in mind due to COVID, this entire museum has been shut since September of last year. So the boards have actually been up at the jail cell windows. There's still boards up at the windows if you look. And all the front door has been screwed tight.
Look at that candle. Look at
Whoa.
how long.
Whoa.
That's... I was just thinking, like, everyone who's here can make that candle.
Look at that. It's kind of trippy just to look at a candle.
It's a meditation technique in Buddhist culture to stare at a candle and have it in your third eye.
I'm thinking.
I didn't think an hour ago we'd be sat here looking at a candle.
No, we were literally like, does anybody have a candle? We're like, nope.
I was thinking tomorrow morning someone would be in Walmart in town buying candles, but apparently we now have a candle. And by the way, you can now see how cold it is because you can now see my breath.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Very often.
Also, the REM pod, not going off anymore at all.
Yeah, none of the devices are going off.
Kind of my feeling is in the room here is that there's not really Billy or Grace. It's actually just other people that were maybe attached, like you said, to me or to the grounds.
What the hell was that?
What do you mean?
Did you see that?
I heard a cracking sound.
What do you mean?
I swear to God, something
Not
just...
at all.
I just watched something like fly, like right by your leg. Is there something laying down there? That was really weird. What the hell did I just see? This? I literally just saw something black go, and then it made like that noise.
If you were looking in the direction and had the camera in that direction, you probably caught something.
Oh,
I would
definitely.
suggest.
Well, we've been in here for a while now. I think we've done a lot of investigating and gotten some really crazy results. I think we should move on to the schoolhouse, do you think?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to pack the stuff up in here and make the short 20-second trek over to the schoolhouse, which is next door. But like Adrian suggested, we are going to get a piece of paper, draw a circle outlining where the candle is right now, so that when we come back and check on it at the end of the night, if it's moved, we can tell. But yeah, really interesting, really spooky little spooky jail.
Peace.